What is up, y'all? Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, thank you for subscribing. Just in the garage, looking at the G8. It's a nice day out. I don't know if you can tell outside, actually. Sun is shining, but I'm not going to walk out there because I'm too damn lazy. But anyway, I posted up that last video where we ran against the GTP. That GTP makes pretty decent power. They did a similar setup that made like right around 650 on a dyno. And it runs out pretty hard, but those guys, they just have them hooked. They don't put them on slicks. They're on street tires. Just one of those things, you know, more of a car built for the street. So in here with the G8, because I posted up mine, right? So this car last year ran a 12.2 at 123. And even then, I wasn't really happy with it, you know, being to the fact that the car made 630 on one dyno and 625 on another dyno here, where I live. Just doesn't add up, dude. There's cars that are making 450 wheel going that fast, you know, so there's got to be some issues with it. Obviously, the tranny's not shifting. We're going to look into that. I do have my laptop charging. I've got a couple guys that are actually interested in looking at the tune. I'm really interested to see if I can get the damn thing going where I want it. Now, it might be too late, you know, because this car has a lot of street hits on it. And, you know, if the tune's been off at all, you know, say that the car was tuned probably like 1,200, I don't know, right around 1,200 feet maybe. I don't know. But I know that there was a difference. You know, here we're at 23 or something like that. Our track's 2,400. DA usually is around, it's pretty crappy. It's 2,000 right now. It seems like every time we're at the track, it's 3, or even, you know, the last day that I ran it was 4,200, dude. So pretty terrible. And that, I even posted up a worse time. That was 12:43 at 115. So, you know, I was down 8 mile an hour. So digging into this car, you know, I got to figure out what the issues are. You know, obviously months ago, it started smoking on startup. I put a catch can on it, and it's not even the best one. It was just to see, you know, if it was going to work. So it's just mounted in here all funky. This is the catch can. Obviously, this line runs over all the way over into here, comes in over here on the valve cover, and then my other line comes from the back side. And then the actual line down here is plugged into this, so it's not going back into the system. When I put that catch can on, it stopped smoking. On startup. Last time I went to the track in between the 2-3 shift, I had a buddy say, hey, it puffed, you know, a decent amount of smoke on the shift. And when I'm driving down the road, you know, it does steam quite a bit, venting, you know. I'm going to pull the plugs and do some other things. The car is on 10 pounds. It does have an older, similar setup to, I guess, what the GTO guys are running. So you have this pulley, and then I have the stock bottom G8 pulley on it. So really just digging into it, you know, trying to dig into it. My IATs last time were off the charts. That's another problem. Probably going to have to I had this set up, and so I do have, if we go over here, this is what's supposed to go down in there. Goes down into the fender, kind of sits like that, and the pipe, the actual intake goes into here, and then the filter goes on the inside, right? And it's supposed to pull air in, you know, from the bottom down there, from the bottom of the car. But, you know, it's only so much, because the front, where that air is supposed to come in the car, down on the vent, I don't know if I can show you, I can kind of show you on this side. I'll get this light. You can kind of see it, and all the honeycomb is like blocked off, right? So there's no real air coming into that intake. You know, so if I was to make a new one, get the filter down there, get it to some fresh air, I think that's going to help me a little bit. I didn't ice the blower last time. Kind of got out there in a rush. That's another thing I want to do. But I definitely want to pull the plugs. I want to get the car up on a lift, go over everything. And I do feel like I think my carrier bearing, I might be having issues with that thing too. So got some vibrations. Really want to get this car ironed out. You know, if I can't get it ironed out and there's some issues, then we're just going to have to build the bottom end. And I was really contemplating going turbo. But just going through everything and seeing other LSA guys that are, you know, in the tens on an LSA, it's totally doable with the setup. If I got to build the bottom end and re-go after it, I think that's what I'm going to do. I was talking to a lot of buddies lately, and I was contemplating selling the LSA, going to a turbo, you know, all that stuff. But the car drives really nice, you know, and it is. I don't have turbo leg or anything like that. Granted, I'm a turbo guy. I love turbos, you know. But I think I'm going to hang it out another year and try to stick with the LSA and see where we can go. We might even have to port it. You know, hopefully there's no issues with the LSA right now. It seems to be, you know, in the logs at least, still making 10 pounds going off the map. So I'm going to have to dig into it. And I don't know what's wrong with it, but I've had a lot of people discussing with me on where the car should be. And if it's at that power level, probably where it should be at. I should probably be more in the 128 to probably 130 mile an hour range, you know, and then getting that 60 foot down, you know. Last time I went out, I did a 1.9, but I lost 8 miles on the 8 mile an hour, you know, so 1.9's not even great, you know, and we're running on a Nitto right here. So this is a 17-inch wheel. I can't run anything smaller than a 17-inch wheel with these brakes. If I go and I find a G8, you know, a V6 G8, I can use those brackets. We can drop down to a 16-inch wheel. Problem is, there's another week until, you know, I'm a week away from getting to run at the track. So, you know, which kind of sucks, you know, it blows out this year. But these tires, so 17 is a 315/35, and it's actually, dude, I feel like it's just a really hard tire. It's the Nitto 555 G2. I can't 60 foot these damn tires, dude. And I did put, the last time I was at the track and I ran that 12.2 at 123, I was on the stock 292 rear end that comes in this thing. This is now on the 327 Camaro diff. So, you know, a lot of sighing because the car's just not really where I want it to, where I want it to be. And it's kind of frustrating, you know. It is really frustrating. I'm not going to sell the car. I'm going to stick with it. I want to put this car in the 10s. And so we're going to get it over. We're going to get it on the lift. I do have these wheels that I can run on it. Now, like I said, you can't run a 16 on that, but I did clearance my brakes a little bit so I could run them. So I was going to ditch these tires. These tires are kind of effed. I do have some slicks I can throw on these. And then I can throw the hub-centric spacers on, which are right here. So these are, let's say, 20 millimeter. Yeah, 20 millimeter spacer. And I can put those on and I can put the slicks on, you know, providing everything's good and we get something back that we can actually run the car. But yeah, I got to get this thing over to my buddy's shop, get it on the lift, and I guess see what we come up with. You know, yeah, this is more of a vlog. So hopefully you don't click off, but just trying to tell you guys what's going on. You know, if you had some questions on, you know, where the car is at and, you know, why I say it makes 600 wheel, but I'm only running a 12.2 at 123, or even last week in a 12.4 at 115, dude. Something's not right. Something is not right. So we're getting on the lift. We're going to see what we can find. And I got to get over to my buddy's house, and we'll see what we can find. All right, so at this point in the video, we actually get down there. We get the air fuel gauge, and So it's just the LM2, it's the Innovate LM2. First runs here, I put it in the tailpipe, see if I could get an accurate reading that way. The pipe isn't actually very long, so it can't really get down in there. You'll kind of see in here, and then I switch it up and actually put it under the car and put it into the headers. So. Wide open, dude. What in the fuck? IAT's 106 right now. Second gear. Right there, did you guys see that? Trying to be careful to not burn this cable on my exhaust. Definitely not good. That went all the way to 13.0. What's up with all the fucking cops around here? This is why it's hard. This is why you have to have a dyno, dude. Luckily, you didn't see what the hell I was doing. Anyways, we got issues. 13.0, like my buddy said, by reading the narrow bands. That's pretty damn good. But yeah, we'll have to get this fixed. Alright, guys, so we didn't get it up on the lift because I went straight down and just put the wide band in the car. Obviously, so you can see from the poles, it's going lean once I go in wide open with it. I did go back in some of my logs from a couple months ago, and I did notice that the narrow bands were more in the low 900s, like 915 to 920, which would be right in the 11 AFR if you were trying to figure it off the narrow band. But today, obviously, it's targeting 13.0 on the wide band, and then the narrow bands were about 850, 830 to 850. Maybe even a little bit higher than that. I'd probably have to check. I'm probably off a little bit, but I know that when I looked at them, it was about 13.0, 13.5 on the conversions. So it's kind of a relief, not a relief, but at least I kind of know what's going on, and when it does go lean, and obviously when it's seeing the knock that it's seeing, it's pulling the timing all the way back to 10 degrees. So gonna have to figure it out. I have, I believe, if I remember right, they're Bosch 850cc injectors. It's got a ZL1 pump in it, and it's got a Kenny Bell booster pump kit in it, which is in the trunk. I'm gonna have to figure out why it is going lean. I don't know. Could be like injectors being dirty or anything like that. I'm not really sure, but definitely gonna have to figure that out. So, what is up, y'all? Made it back to the garage. Camera died in the car. So, back here in the garage, I got the car back here. We're gonna have to bust into the fuel pump, which is under the seat. Might have to check and see if those filters are dirty. That could be one reason. Not saying it is, but that could be one reason. We might have to clean the injectors. I'm not sure. And then I'm gonna have to test. I have to figure out how to test the voltage on the boost pump kit. You know, because I don't. I know it's on the car. I don't quite understand how it's working, so I don't know if it comes on at, you know, a certain like throttle percentage or whatever. So I have to dig into that. If you guys know, definitely let me know. I'd like to be able to test that to see if it's working. Like I said, the narrow bands are around 850, 840, but we'll go inside and we'll look at the log. So we'll look at the log from my track night when it went 12:43 at 1:15 or whatever it was. So yeah, let's take a look at that real quick, and then yeah. All right, so down here at the computer, we've got the first pass loaded up. We're gonna put that up here, and then we're gonna kind of stop it, and I'll talk about basically what I'm talking about. Okay, so we stop it right here. You can kind of look at the O2s down here. You see where it says 788, and you got 863. You got bank 1, bank 2. Kind of see right there. You got 788 and 863. So if you do it by the narrowband calculations, I'll pull up this sheet that I have here, just for HP tuners. Never honestly really looked at this too much, but after all this has been happening and just try to figure out what's going on with the car, I had to start looking into it. So I'll kind of put this sheet on the screen. So if you look at there, 863, kind of look down in the sheet there, and that's right about in between 14.0 and 13.5 air fuel, dude. That's right before we're shifting into third. So continue on with the run. You can see, like, the highest I think that the narrow bands got during that run was like 870, you know. So going back to the sheet, you know, that's 13.5 air fuel. Something's definitely wrong. So obviously by seeing what it did today, and you know, going back and looking at the video and what was going on, we're gonna have to figure out what's going on with this thing. So heck yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll get into it in the next video. If you got any suggestions or any points, tips, anything like that, maybe I'm totally wrong and you want to tell me, go ahead and shoot it down in the comments, and we'll get into this thing in the next video. I've got, it's the 27th right now, so, you know, I've got till the 9th to run this thing if we're going to run it. That gives me all of this week and next week to try to get things lined out. But yeah, definitely throw your suggestions my way, and we'll try to figure it out. Right, Charlie? Heck yeah. So, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, thanks for subscribing. And don't ever hesitate to shoot down in the comments what you think, even if you think I'm wrong. So obviously, you know, like this video, we're doing the G8. You're going to probably see a lot more videos of my stuff. When we can street race, you know, that's what we're doing. Or when we're out of the track or whatever. A lot of the street racing, you know, if I can put it in there, I do. I don't condone it or anything like that. Just kind of bring it to you guys for something to watch. But track days and working on the car and seeing what we can do to get this thing faster is definitely one I want to do. So, like I said, if you got any comments, drop them down below. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Gotta say it. So, definitely help me. I'd like to get to 1,000, you know, as soon as we could. and just get the content out there and just try to get better. Hopefully the car gets faster at the same time. So, thanks for watching. Peace out.
Ready or not, here I